Prince George turned heads the moment he stepped out at Westminster Abbey for Princess Catherine's Together at Christmas Carol service, marking one of his most mature and confident public appearances to date. The future king, now unmistakably growing into his role and stature, arrived alongside his parents and siblings in an ensemble that blended royal tradition with thoughtful coordination, one of the Wales family's trademarks. This year, the children were perfectly color-matched. Prince George and Prince Louis wore navy blue suits with crisp white shirts, mirroring Prince William's attire, while Princess Charlotte delighted fans in a navy dress with a neatly framed white collar. But one detail stood out above the rest. George, standing tall between his younger siblings, wore a tie in a stunning forest green shade, nearly identical to the vibrant green of Princess Catherine's Catherine Walker coat dress. The mother-son pairing did not go unnoticed, with fans calling it a subtle yet touching nod to their close bond. Louis, meanwhile, brought the palette together with a tie featuring both blue and green tones, completing the family's beautifully curated look. Still, while admirers swooned over the family's coordinated outfits, their attention quickly shifted to George himself. His height. Every year royal watchers marvel at how much the young prince has grown, but this year's transformation seemed especially striking. Photographs of George from the summer already hinted at a growth spurt, but his appearance at Westminster Abbey confirmed it. He is shooting up at remarkable speed. Some even joked online that the future king must have grown several inches in a matter of months. No exact measurement has been publicly released, but many now speculate that George may become one of the tallest monarchs in British history by the time he ascends the throne. Princess Catherine herself fueled such conversation earlier this year when she chatted with fans and revealed, with a laugh, that George had already grown into her shoe size.
"They're getting big now," she said. "George is already in my shoes." Despite his position as second in line to the throne, George's parents have been determined to offer him the most normal childhood possible. Prince William, shaped by the intense media scrutiny he endured growing up, has been especially protective of his eldest son's privacy. Public engagements are carefully chosen and limited, and George rarely appears unless there is a meaningful reason. Still, royal experts like commentator Katie Nicholl emphasize the importance of the public getting to know the future king. "It's essential for people to fall in love with George while he's young," she has said. "You can't simply reveal him at 18 and expect the public to instantly connect." The Waleses, in their thoughtful, slow and steady approach, seem to understand this perfectly, and George's recent appearances prove how gracefully he is easing into his future responsibilities. This was especially evident earlier in November, when George made a surprise appearance at the Royal British Legion's Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall. With Prince William returning from the Earthshot Prize ceremony in Brazil, George accompanied Princess Catherine to the event for the first time. Mother and son wore elegant dark ensembles, each adorned with a red poppy, the enduring symbol of remembrance in the UK. George sat quietly and respectfully among senior royals as the festival honoured fallen soldiers across the Commonwealth. Prince William returned for the Remembrance Sunday service the following morning, but George's presence the night before deeply moved many royal watchers. After a year marked by personal challenges, including Catherine's health struggles, seeing George stand proudly beside his mother felt like a powerful moment of unity and maturity. William doesn't want George to face the same intense exposure he and Prince Harry faced, a royal insider noted. But he also knows the public needs to see the young prince growing into his role. It's a delicate balance, and they're navigating it with care.
George's growing confidence, combined with his rapidly maturing appearance, comes at a significant time for the young royal. The year 2026 is set to be pivotal. George will begin secondary school in September, a decision that has dominated headlines and sparked intense speculation. Will he follow in Prince William and Prince Harry's footsteps and attend Eton College? Or will he follow Princess Catherine's educational path, including the possibility of boarding school? With less than a year until he begins the next chapter of his education, the decision has almost certainly been made behind palace doors. The prospect of George attending a boarding school has stirred debate among commentators. One observer noted, on one hand, it would go against some of Catherine's deeply held beliefs about family closeness. On the other hand, she attended boarding school herself and ultimately thrived there. Perhaps she feels ready to cross that bridge with George. Whatever lies ahead, one thing is clear. George is entering a transformative stage of his young life. He is becoming taller, more poised, and increasingly present during key royal events. His appearance at the Christmas carol service, confident, composed, and impeccably styled, showcased not just a boy growing quickly, but a future king quietly stepping into view. And on this festive evening at Westminster Abbey, beneath twinkling lights and gentle carols, Prince George offered a glimpse of the remarkable leader he may one day become.